All right, today for science, we're going to continue reading our book about mountains. Here we go. All right, here's where we left off in the last video. Ooh. The nectar seekers. Lower down the slopes of the Himalayas, grassy meadows grow. In the warm summer months, a carpet of flowers and the hum of insects brings color and life to these grasslands. Butterflies flit from bloom to bloom. The delicate blue Apollo butterfly lays eggs in autumn. That's this time of year, fall. But they don't hatch until the following spring. The plants it eats as a caterpillar make the butterfly taste horrible, and the brightly colored spots on its wings look like eyes, so predators stay away. A yellow swallowtail flits over plants to feed on sweet nectar. The pointed tails at the bottom of its wings give this butterfly its name. Deep black and bright blue wings flutter by. It's a blue pansy butterfly. The iridescent insect pauses on the grass and opens its wings to bask in the warm sunlight. This butterfly has its own territory and will chase others away. These common brimstone butterflies spent the winter hibernating in the forests lower down the slopes. Its leaf-like wings keep it hidden in the woodlands, protecting it from predators. Now the summer is here. The common brimstone has flown up the mountain to the meadows in search of sweet nectar. Born from fire. What is this? Lying between the Arctic and Atlantic Oceans, Iceland looms out of the cold sea. Over millions of years, two plates of rock deep beneath the island have been slowly pushed apart. Melting rock, called magma, twists and churns below the surface. The pressure grows. Then as the huge plates shift and crunch, a crack appears. The hot red magma whooshes to the surface in a blast of lava and ash. Iceland's volcanoes have grown gradually, layer by layer. Bands of hardened lava and ash have built up over repeated eruptions. When a volcano erupts, the lava that flows out can also create new mountains. There are 30 active volcano systems on Iceland. That's something I didn't know, along with the others that haven't erupted for more than 10,000 years. Pyramid-shaped Kavatalshnjúkur is the highest mountain on the island. It's the tallest peak of the many that surround a huge volcanic crater. Ice and fire. The black winter sky over Iceland is lit up by the flickering, shimmering colors of the northern lights. Then a burst of red sparks showered the summit of a mighty volcano rising up over the island. A fiery river glows and flows down the slopes of Eyjafjallajökull. This volcano was dormant for many years, still and sleeping, but now it is active again. Earthquakes move the landscape here, and eruptions shake the ground. Many of the natural disasters we've talked about. It is covered in glaciers. When the volcano erupts, the ice of the glaciers quickly melts and flows down into the valley below. The peak's ice cap makes its eruptions extra explosive. When the red-hot magma rises, the ice melts and water flows into the volcano's crater, where it turns to steam. The steam builds up until, boom, an enormous blast throws clouds of volcanic ash high up into the sky. Ooh, the majestic Alps. The amazing Alps make up the highest and largest mountain range in Europe. Around 65 million years ago, the plate of rock beneath Africa began to smash into the plate under Europe. The rock that makes up the Alps started to push slowly upward. Now the mountain's rocky peaks stretch from France to Slovenia. Mont Blanc is the highest mountain in the Alps. Its name means white mountain, as the soaring summit is always covered in thick ice and snow. The four-sided pyramid of the Matterhorn also rises high above its neighboring peaks. It was shaped by the glaciers that slowly slid down from its summit. This does look like the Matterhorn ride in Disneyland, the same shape. Warm air moving from southern Europe hits the Alps. The air rises, clouds grow, and snow and rain fall. The valleys are usually warmer and drier than the higher slopes. But on a crisp winter day, the tops of the mountains can be sunnier and milder than the fog-chilled valleys below. Those are changing leaves. We're going to learn about another animal, a soaring killer. A golden eagle soars above the rocky ridges of the Matterhorn. Holding his long brown wings wide, he glides on a warm air rising from the valley below. He doesn't make a sound as he drifts on the breeze, his eyes scoring the slopes below for prey. The golden brown feathers on his head and neck give the eagle his name. His dark beak is hooked and powerful, ready to rip and tear his prey. When he spots a creature moving below, this graceful bird will burst into action with a swift swoop and dive. His sharp, curved talons are the perfect tools for grabbing his kill. Then he will flap and float his way soundlessly back to his mate to feed in their nest on the high crags. This is the golden eagle. Now, deadly snow slides. A blizzard has been blasting the Alps for days. Wind-blown snow has piled up high on the icy slopes. The storm rages on and the layers of new snow becomes too heavy. It breaks loose from the packed snow beneath it, and a deep and deadly rumble is heard in the valley below. Avalanche! Now a frothy cloud billows up into the sky as the massive sliding snow pile hurtles down the mountainside. A wall of white fills the air. The avalanche gains speed, and more snow is pulled into the thunderous roar as it rushes on and on. The flood of snow buries everything in its path. Finally, the snow slide slows and the rumble dies away. The valley is silent again. Another natural disaster. Ooh, here's the miraculous mountaineer. A sheer rock face rises up toward the clouds. Birds dive and soar past the craggy cliff. There is no other sign of life. But then something starts to make its way up the drizzlingly steep slope. It's an alpine ibex, a miraculous mountaineer with impressive curved ridged horns. This wild goat's strong, splitting hooves have sharp edges and curved undersides to grip onto the narrowest sliver of a ledge. Long, strong legs help their gravity-defying climbers clamber up and vertical terrain, far away from predators. With his large lungs, the ibex can take deep breaths as he climbs higher and higher. He fearlessly leaps from rock to rock, grazing on grasses, twigs, and moss. Finally, he reaches the cliff top and calmly surveys the scene far below, the intrepid sky-high ibex. Thank you for joining me for this part of the story. Make sure you check out the books about mountains and the habitats and some of the animals that use mountains as their home. So please check that out on Epic. There's some assigned books on there for you. And then I'll plan to see you Monday. Thanks so much.